Hi, hello, this is the closeout video for the funded project StakePoolOperator scripts, SPO scripts, new features and updates from Fund 10, and it was in the challenge SPO tools and community projects. All milestones have been achieved, transmitted, and has been a proof video also submitted for each milestones, which is usually between 13 and 50 minutes long. So it's a bit of a challenge for me to demonstrate this all in 2 to 5 minutes. Let's jump right into the major milestones. The biggest one is, of course, the new light mode, which allows an operation of the scripts locally without a synced Cardano node running in the background. We also added the feature of transaction messages to all scripts that didn't support it yet, also with the function to encrypt these transaction messages, also the function to add metadata files to transactions. Also, a big new feature is to generate base and stake addresses, keys from mnemonics or seed phrases, which comes in handy because you can generate keys on the CLI and use them later on light wallets like Eternal or Lace wallet, or you can import such addresses, keys from light wallets back to the CLI using the seed phrase that were generated before. Also, another update was to include advanced ADA handle support, especially for sub-handles and new virtual handles. So let's switch over to the CLI and take a quick look what services are running. As you can see here right now, there's no local Cardano node running. We can also do a quick search for the word Cardano in htop. You can see here nothing is running. So let's create a new key, base and stake key with the new seed trace option. Let's call it CloseOut demo. And we are using the new mnemonics option. So what happened, the script generated keys from this usual path for the payment key and this path for the stake key. You can also, of course, specify account and index numbers, as you can see here. If you like, it used a tool called Cardano Signer in the background, which was also written by myself and maintained. Is not part of this Catalyst funding. You can see the used mnemonic words and, of course, all the keys that were generated. So as a proof, let's check if this key is already registered on chain. It is not, so let's do this. For this, we can call the script 03b. We want to register the closeout demo address and keys, and we have a little wallet called fund for this. And this was done. It was submitted in light mode. So as you can see here, there was a check done that the stake address is not registered on chain because we only have to do this if it's not. It was done in Babbage format. The scripts are now also fully Conway error compatible. A new registration certificate was generated. This was done before in 03A. It is now done in 03B. Why? Because with Conway error, we have now the ability to change the amount that we want to deposit our key. And yeah, then we use the funds wallet and we submitted the transaction. So now let's get back and see if this key is already on chain. It is not. So let's wait a little bit for the next block. And let's test again. There was a block, yes. So as you can see now, the stake address is registered on the chain with a deposit amount of 2 million Lovelaces or 2 ADA. And of course, it's not delegated to a pool right now because it's a fresh key. Okay, so let's demonstrate the next functions by just sending over some funds. We are using the script send Lovelaces for this. Let's see all the options. So we want to send from our funds wallet to our newly generated CloseOut demo wallet. Let's send over 5 ADA. And we also want to attach a message. This is the CloseOut demo message. We want to encrypt it. And let's use a passphrase CloseOut. And also let's attach an extra metadata file. We have, of course, specify that we want to send it to the payment. Okay, this was done. So while we're waiting for a block, what happens? So again, we are working in light mode. The script reached out to a publicly available API, in this case CoeOS, to query all the content on this address. You can already see there's an ADA handle also on this address called SPO scripts and a few tokens. And then it attached the content of the test metadata to JSON. Then it also added a transaction message. This is the CloseOut demo message. It encrypted it in basic mode with the passphrase CloseOut, which then results in this encrypted message here. This was all put together, signed, and sent out via light mode. So now let's switch over to Cardano Scan to see if this already happened on chain. Yes, it happened. So this is our transaction. As you can see here, we sent this 5 ADA. We have metadata attached. This is the encrypted message here. And this is the content of the additional test metadata file. Also, you can see right up here, the message appears in this window. And if we are using the right passphrase, we can also decode it again. So this demonstrates also the new functions with the metadata file attachment and the encrypted messages. And as a last demonstration, we are looking at the new subhandle support. And there should be one on the pre-production chain called sub@handle. Yes, there it is. So it's right here. And now let's use this also in a transaction. As you can see, you can already use it in a query. So you can use ADA handles and now also the new subhandles, which contains this add symbol and virtual handles, which look like the same as destinations or query sources. So let's send over again from our little funds wallet. Or let's use the new one. We just generated the CloseOut payment one, our 5 ADA on it, and we want to send it over to an address represented by a subhandle. Let's send 2 ADA. Okay, what happened? We are again in light mode. The scripts are reaching out because we want to use the ADA handle sub@handle as our destination address. So it's doing a lookup on that and also doing a verification that the subhandle really lives on this address. Then it queries the content of our source address, which is just 5 ADA. It generates the transaction, signs it, and it submitted it via light mode. So let's see. The transaction ID here now ends with C482. Let's do again a query on the address for the subhandle. Let's see if the 5 ADA already arrived. No. So let's wait a bit. So let's try it again. Yeah, there it is. There are 2 ADAs that we just submitted. Okay, so this concludes the closeout video. The scripts have already been released on the known GitHub representation, and you can see here it was an extra release for this with all the new updates, all the new features, and so on. And this should conclude the project closeout for the StakePoolOperator scripts, new features, and updates. Thank you.